In this video, we're going to show you how to play the game Hive. It's a two-player strategic game, and it's one of our personal favorites. Once you open the box, you will find a Hive instruction booklet, a carrying case, and 22 different tiles. There are 11 white and 11 black, representing the two different players. And on top of the tiles are various insect shapes.
The object of the game is to completely surround your opponent's queen bee with tiles while preventing them from surrounding your queen bee with tiles. The first player to surround their opponent's queen bee wins the game. To start the game, you will decide which player is going to go first, the black tiles or the white tiles. I'm going to decide that the black tile is going to go first, and I'm just going to place one of my tiles. I am going to play for the white now and place another tile. Also, it's important to note that this is the only time in the game that you will take a tile from your hand and place it to directly touch your opponent's tile. For each player's second turn, they will only be able to place tiles touching their same colored tile. Another important note is that you will need to place your queen bee within your first 3 tile placements. So for the white, I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And for the black, I would have to do it now on my 3rd turn. Once your queen bees have been placed, you can now decide if you would like to add a new tile to the board, or if you would like to use your current tile's abilities. Now I will go into what each of those abilities are. First, we're going to talk about the queen bee tile. The queen bee can only move 1 space per turn. So if I were to move the queen bee in the black tiles, I would move it like so. Over here with the white tiles, I would not be able to move my queen bee yet, because if I were to move it, I would break the hive. You are not able to break the hive. Now we're going to talk about the beetle. So the beetle can only move 1 space per turn. So if I had a beetle right here, I would be able to move it this way. And then on my next turn, I could also move it on top of my opponent's tile to prevent them from using their tile. So that's what differentiates the beetle from the queen bee tile. Again, the beetle can move 1 space, or it can move on top of an opponent's tile to block them from using that tile. Strategically, the best thing to do with your beetle is to get to a place where you are able to place it on top of your opponent's bee. If you place your beetle on top of your opponent's queen bee, then they are not able to move their bee around to prevent you from surrounding it. If your beetle is on top of their bee, they have to stay put, and you are then able to surround their bee. Okay, now we're going to talk about the grasshopper piece. So the grasshopper does not move around like some of the other creatures do. The grasshopper can jump over any number of pieces, but it has to jump over at least 1 tile. So for this example, I'm actually going to move my grasshopper right here. Now that would not be a legal move in the game, but I'm putting it there just to show an example of what it can do. So let's say it's my turn and this is where my grasshopper is. I am able to jump over all of these pieces and land my grasshopper right there, touching my opponent's queen bee. This is a great place to be because I am starting off surrounding my opponent's queen bee. So if you notice here, I also have a grasshopper, but I am not able to move this grasshopper because if I were to move it, it would break the hive, and you're not allowed to break the hive. So a benefit to the move that I just did right here with this grasshopper is that I can now place a piece, a brand new piece on my next turn over here, and I am much closer to my opponent's queen bee. Something else to note is that I am not able to place a brand new tile from my hand right here. I am not able to place a brand new tile touching my opponent's tile. I have to first start by only touching my tile. For this turn, I'm going to be playing for black, and we are going to be talking about the spider piece. So I'm going to place my spider right here. Notice I'm placing it touching only a black piece. So the spider tile moves 3 spaces per turn. It cannot move less than 3 or more than 3. And it must move in a direct path. So if I were to move this spider piece, I would move it like so. 1, 2, 3. And now I am attached to my opponent's queen bee. This move that I just made with the spider is a better move than what happened over here with the grasshopper, because this queen bee is still able to move around and escape. This queen bee cannot move now that I am right here, because if it did, it would break the hive.
Next, let's talk about the soldier ant. The soldier ant has the ability similar to a queen in chess. The soldier ant can move anywhere it wants to on the field. So let's say we place the soldier ant right here on its turn, and on the next turn you want to move the soldier ant anywhere along the hive. So in this case, I would move the soldier ant right here, because that's going to prevent this queen from being able to move. Now there are 2 restrictions for the types of moves the soldier ant can do, and I'll show you those examples right now. Let's say for the example, the hive looks like this. One reason the soldier ant couldn't move is because it can't break the hive. So this one would not be a piece that you could move. Here's the second example of why you wouldn't be able to move a soldier ant. Notice this soldier ant right here, this black tiled soldier ant, is blocked in. It doesn't have the ability to slide out of its spot without moving other pieces. So that's an example of a piece that you could not move because it's blocked in. The way you could move this soldier ant would be if you unbox it. And the way you would do that is on a turn, you would want to move this grasshopper. And then on the next turn, if nothing else moves into these spots, this soldier ant could now move out without negatively impacting other pieces and moving them. And it also doesn't break the hive. All right, so we went over all the rules and what all the creatures can do, but it might not make sense fully yet. So what we're going to do is actually play this game, and we're going to talk you through how we play it, why we're moving certain pieces, and what the strategy is between why we would be doing those moves. So I'm going to set this camera up, and we'll get started. Okay, I will be these white pieces over here.
Okay.
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I'm going to go first. I'm going to place my grasshopper.
So right off the bat, I already know that I'm going to put my bee. It's going to be my third piece that I place because I want it to be as far away as possible. So I never lead with the bee.
I thought you were going to say, I already know off the bat that I'm going to win.
Well.
Okay. That's probably true. Okay, now I'm going to place my beetle.
Yeah, the beetles are hard to use, so they're kind of filler pieces in the beginning, so I'll do the same.
And now I need to place my queen bee. I'm going to place it as far away from him as I can.
Yeah, I agree. As far away as possible. That looks good to me. I'm going to do it like that so Grasshopper can't jump to me so easily. All right, at this point, now that both of our queens are out, we're now able to continue to place pieces onto the board, or we can decide to start moving our pieces. So, whose turn was it? Me, you, me, you, me, you. It's my turn. So, I'm going to put out another piece. I'm going to start with my ant. The ants are my favorite.
Okay, I'm going to place my spider. I'm going to place it right there because that gets me closer to his queen bee.
So now I can either be offense or defense. If I want to do defense, I'd put it on top of her spider because I know she's about to roll right here. So So I could either do that to block her in, or I can be offensive, which I prefer to be. And I'm going to go ahead and block her queen in right now.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. So that's where my spider ends up on its third turn.
Good job.
Make him touch. Okay. Okay, I better place an ant now. So I'm going to place my ant right here.
So I put my ant on top of her ant to block it. That's strategy that I like to do because it's going to prevent her from covering mine. And I can just move my ant wherever I want it later.
He's annoyingly good at this game. Okay. So now I'm going to place, let's see, what can I do here? I can't do very much. All right. I'm going to place my grasshopper right there.
I'm going to put another spider out.
Okay, I'm going to use my grasshopper and jump over here and attach myself to his queen.
I'm going to go ahead and bring my spider.
That's an ant.
Oh, I'm going to bring my ant right there. And that will make sense in a moment.
All right. I'm going to put my beetle there.
I'm going to bring my bee out. Notice that it's not boxed in, so I can slide it out at this point. And I'm going to go ahead and put it right here because I don't want to put it close to the beetle because then it'll just sit on me. But now I've freed up my bee.
Okay, I'm going to go right here. Are these supposed to be touching when they're right here?
Yeah, they would be touching, yeah.
Okay. And he's just going to keep running away. All right. All right, I'm going to place an ant right here.
Okay, so now I need to be offensive instead of defensive at this point, or I'm going to get caught up. I'm going to put a grasshopper here.
And I'm going to finally trap his queen bee.
Jumping across.
Can my spider fit right here?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Grasshopper.
Okay, at this point I think I need to place something else. I'm going to place a spider right there.
Boing.
Okay, I'm going to place a grasshopper right here.
Got my ant.
Okay, I'm going to jump over here.
And then my ant will go right here. Blocked
and
in.
He won.
Good game. It was close because you just had one move there, and then I guess your ant would have done here.
I knew you were going to get it right ahead of me, though. Okay, so that's how you play the game.
And a little bit of strategy into what we like to do whenever we're playing. Hope that was helpful for you.
Thanks for watching.
Have fun.